Actually, the whole landscape is changing right now. Whether you're a business owner already or you're thinking of actually learning how to make more money or become rich one day, these are 5 skills you must learn in 2020 to actually change your financial game so that you will become rich. We're going to get into it in a moment. When it comes to learning, there's nobody ahead and nobody behind. I don't believe I was born with all the skills. I don't believe I was born confident. But what I do know is that if I decide that I'm gonna go in on something, I'm either gonna go big or I'm gonna go home. You know, times are always changing. So the way people make money today and the way people make money going ahead will always change because obviously back then you had the internet boom and then the social media stuff and apps and everything. And then you have all the Facebook marketing stuff, but actually that whole game is also changing as well. So if you want to actually have and live that type of freedom lifestyle, there's certain things you actually need to be aware of, especially going into 2020. So you may be one of those people who you are a business owner already, and maybe you're just looking to how to get more sales, how to increase your revenue, how to actually blow your business up, make it a lot bigger, okay? Or maybe you're somebody who you have no idea about business, you have no idea about, finances, and maybe you've been struggling a little bit with money for a while now. So whether you are one or the other, you need to take into account the things I'm going to say because this will really, really help you towards 2020, okay? So in one of our programs, which is called Freedom Lifestyle Creators, and those of you who have never checked it out before, you can check out in the description because we teach people how to actually take their businesses and build this freedom lifestyle, right? So you can check it in the description below. There will be some link there. What we usually teach is we usually teach 2 things, which is actually the beginning of this. But actually, there's a whole list of things, and I want you guys to actually understand this now, right? And I want you to get this down. So the 5 things are, make sure to get your notebook, okay? Otherwise you'll forget, or maybe type in the comments below just to reaffirm the learning, okay? So it's attention, retention, relation, conversion, and augmentation. Okay, attention, retention, relation, conversion, augmentation. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you what that means. So number 1, attention, right? It doesn't matter if you have a message right now to reach out to the world. It doesn't matter if you have a product or service. It doesn't matter even if you don't have a product or service, and you're going to find a product or service, right, to serve the marketplace, to make an impact in this world. Right? It doesn't matter what you have, your first thing, you need to learn how to get attention. So, bear in mind, right now, you're probably got some attention right now because of an orange Lamborghini behind, right? And most days I don't even drive this thing. Actually, I don't even like driving at all. But the purpose of this is to grab attention. Now you're probably thinking, oh, I'm not into Lamborghinis, but a lot of people are. And so that's also why you see this YouTube channel probably scaling extremely, extremely fast because actually last year we only started in January. So right now I believe we're on, I don't know, about 700,000 or something like that subscribers. There's about 45 million views on the channel. So how? It's because one thing that you need to learn is how to grab attention. But some of you may be getting some attention already. But you need to understand that platforms are shifting now. So with the likes of things like TikTok coming onto the whole thing, now you need to really learn in terms of Facebook, in terms of YouTube, in terms of Instagram, in terms of even LinkedIn, in terms of TikTok, in terms of all these different platforms, how you grab that attention, right? But there's something else that you need to know because a lot of people, they're non-stop thinking clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. While clickbait is important, that's how to grab the attention, we need to know retention. How to actually keep people interested. And that's why when we teach a lot of our students, we always teach them the skill of hooking people's mind. And how you actually develop that is you need to know what your clients, what your customers, what your audience really, really wants, and to be able to speak what they want. This is extremely important. is speaking what they want to actually give them what they need. The biggest problem is a lot of people are trying to speak what they need, but actually some people, they don't know what they need. They only know what they want. So to keep the retention, you have to learn to speak what they want. Okay, so that's to retain their attention. So you're not just they're tricking them into clicking and then suddenly it's like nothing to do with the thing they clicked on. Then the third thing is about relation. What happens is a lot of people today, I mean, actually this worked even last year was still working, the year before was still working, but we see the landscape actually changing now. Even with things like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, all these different ads, it's the cost per click, right, or the cost per lead is becoming higher and higher. And the reason behind it is because so many people are coming into the landscape now and everybody's fighting for attention. So actually, when people getting attention, usually what happens is they will get the click and they will try to convert the lead, meaning they try to sell something straight away. But those times are changing and they're going to change more and more going forward, especially going into 2020. Because people don't want to be sold to. But you need to understand something. When relationship is built, then actually you don't even need to think about selling. Because people have bought into you anyway. So your key, instead of attention, retention, and how to get people to buy, it should be attention, retention, relation. Actually, put your time, put your energy, put your money out into building relationships. That's why even with Facebook, if you ever do any Facebook ads, right now it's actually worth putting money out there just for engagement, just to actually get people engaging with you and building that relationship, right? And then looking at the next part after that, which is then the conversion. But not until you've built up what we call value equity. So make sure to write that down in your notebook. You want to build up value equity, right? This is your relationship. So once you've built up value equity, then it moves on to conversion. Now, remember what I said earlier, nobody likes to be sold to because nobody really understands the essence and the beauty about sales, right? Those of you who are smart know that selling is serving. Know that actually when somebody's selling something to you, it's actually an entry point for you to grab an opportunity. But a lot of people don't see it that way because a lot of people see sales as some sleazy salesperson. But I want you to ask yourself this question. Have you ever had a time before where somebody sold you something and you're extremely, extremely happy you got that thing because you got immense value from it? And your answer will probably be yes. There'll be some product, some service, something you bought before you're happy you bought. So how did you actually get yourself to buy it? It's because that salesperson was extremely good at selling. Now you're probably thinking, oh no, actually the salesperson didn't sell me that thing. I wanted to buy it. But somewhere down the line, whether it be Steve Jobs on a YouTube video, whether it be somebody else on a YouTube video, sold it really well for you to be able to get that, acquire that value. So actually, selling is not a bad thing. But because most people don't like being sold to and they don't understand the concept, then from an entrepreneur perspective, now you need to learn the art of selling without selling, right? How to build the relationship and use the right and smooth conversion language so that it happens in a smooth transaction. So that's the next thing, is conversion. So now we've got attention. Now remember this off by heart. Attention, retention, relation, conversion. And the final part is augmentation. Now, what do we mean by this? A lot of the time when people, they get the conversion, they feel like, okay, I'm done now, that's business, yes, cha-ching, money's in the account. But what a lot of people lack, especially today in the online world, because there's so many people selling things these days, is the ongoing customer service, the advancement of value, added value, more bonuses, right? To actually build even more value than your customer even expected in the first place. This is going to become more and more important actually going forward. your delivery, your fulfillment. So now, if you're entering into the business space, entering into the internet marketing space, or maybe you've been there for a while now, you need to start changing. And on that augmentation side, you need to be adding even more value than before. And thinking, how can I keep my clients even more happy than what they even bought into? And when they buy into something, how can I even surprise them with even more things? Because that is how you build a long-term business. Those who manage this last point, this fifth point, you'll be in this game for a long, long time. And you'll be the ones that are the winners in the end. So those are the 5 things. If you are really wanting to build in that financial landscape, you're wanting to become more wealthy and abundant, you're wanting to be rich one day, especially in 2020, actually, these are the best tools for you to actually get good at. Those of you who actually want to learn more of this, right? We have a few programs, some online programs like FLC, Freedom Lifestyle Creators. It will be inside the description somewhere, so you guys can check it out there. So there's an intake coming soon. Or if you actually want to learn live, and some of you may have heard already, we have a program called Wealth Yogi Certification Program, where you will actually learn these tools from us over months. So it's a few months, it's like going to college again, but finishing college in just 3 months, right? Where we teach all of these things and you can learn from us direct here at the I Am Creator HQ. So you guys can check that out in the description. If you're interested, there's information there, and then you can even request for more information. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, if it has been of any value to you whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below, let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's that little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, I'm gonna roll out this one. We've got some asana practice. You ready for this? Always a little bit messy. Okay, so we're gonna advance from last week's Yogi in a Lamborghini challenge. Oh, by the way, those of you who haven't been playing this challenge, you can actually play it inside our Creators Circle. If you're not part of the Facebook group, then join it. Or you can actually hashtag on Facebook or Instagram, Yogi in Lamborghini Challenge. Okay, so what we are doing, if from last week, if you missed last week's, then you can check out the video from last week. Every Thursday is Yogi in a Lamborghini. And we were sitting this way, which is actually very powerful asana itself, because it's freeing up when you feel pressure here, you're actually freeing up the energy points, allowing the energies to actually channelize through the body, okay, from the ground. So last week, remember, we had lifted and locked the toes, right, to open up the energy points. These were the locks. Now what I want you to do from this position, I want you to move down into what we will call the butterfly position. So usually when we practice butterfly, this is what it will look like. So from here, I want you to attempt. Now some of you will be able to do it instantly. Some of you will need a few goes. Now the idea is to fold the legs so feet are together, heels are down, then move up like this. Okay? So it might look very simple, but when you're trying it, maybe it'll be a different story. So you try it. So we go from here, which is the butterfly, up. So we move up like this. Okay. Now some of you will find it extremely difficult. If you do, just keep practicing. Actually, there's no shortcut to this. You just need to keep moving. So at first, maybe take some more momentum, move, rock, move forward, and you need to tense up the core, breathe out, move, okay? And yours might look like this, and you might be rocking and rocking and rocking, trying to get out of it. And maybe you'll even jump up like this, okay? But that's a start. Everybody starts from somewhere until you can finally do that. So otherwise, that's your challenge for this week. And I think I'm done for now. If you guys are done also, then check out the other videos. Other than that, I'll see you guys, Yogi with a Lamborghini, next week, Thursday. Other than that, love and blessings to all. Happy New Year also. Have a beautiful New Year with your family, with your friends. Namaste.